Saoirse Gaoithe chuirde agus a chumrádathe. It's my Sean Punkfini and Jellic. I'm back again. Don't want to talk too much about celebrity and celebrity gossip because that shite's just so irrelevant. It's a very convenient opiate and deviation from important issues. However, when one of them gets convicted as being a child groomer, and it can also affect subcultures because a lot of the time we tend to get attacked and accused of such shit. Like I said the other day, there is no tears shed over that bastard Ian Watkins. Rot in eternal piss, fucker. I have seen some people saying that, the two guys that killed him, or allegedly killed him, should I say, I'll take them out for a drink, and people saying, they're good lads, they're heroes. Well, they're convicted criminals in the same block as Ian Watkins, and they tend to, my limited understanding of prison, I know people have been inside, I managed to escape that myself, but hey. They tend to put people in that block, and they tend to be the worst of the worst. I believe, or I understand that the two guys in question, one of them is like a drug dealer, and I believe the other one's supposed to be a convicted rapist. Might even have been a child groomer. I don't remember exactly, but apparently a sexual predator. Not too dissimilar from Watkins himself. So calling these people heroes, isn't that a little bit dubious? Dare I even say disingenuous in some cases? Some people are making out that they're some kind of glorious, doing the right thing. Now, violence is not to be fetishized. I mean, violence is ugly. We all feel it. I see ICE, these bastards in the States rounding up children and stuff like that. It makes me feel the rage. I see bastards like Watkins taking advantage of kids. It makes me feel the rage. I was taking advantage of myself when I was 7, and I would not wish that on anyone. But when it's rapists and people like that attacking each other, why should I glorify any of them? I mean, in fairness, and I've seen on social media some people calling them out. That being said, vigilantes often become fawned over and fetishized. I haven't quite seen the same level with Tyler Robinson, who allegedly shot and killed Charlie Kirk. That fucker can rot internal piss as well, Charlie. Fuck you. But apparently, this, the U.S. government's making, the regime in the States is saying this is like left-wing extremism. You see that fuckwit weirdo J.D. Vance and that fucking orange piece of shit Trump talking about the dangerous threat of left-wing extremism and all that shite. We know that's crap. We also know that these people are not left-wing extremists, so however much they might put anti-ICE on their bullet cases and so on and so forth. That being said, even if they are pretending to be left wing, or even people like the worst one of them all is though that gets fawned over is Luigi Mangione. Now I don't know that much about him, but I've seen people all over social media saying, "Oh, isn't he beautiful? Isn't he fabulous?" Oh, and really, I mean, sometimes they go on about like old men perving over young women and so on and so forth. But I mean, some of these are older women perving over him, and they accuse other people of being cougars and predators. I'm not trying to accuse people of being that, but before you start pointing fingers at people for dating in or fancying somebody younger than themselves, maybe you should stop being like that and stick to your principles of only dating someone 5 years younger than yourself. I don't want to go into that though. That's just another fucking thing that stupid fucking idiots in the United States talk about. The point I'm trying to make is, are vigilantes really to be hailed as heroes? Political violence is never pretty. Violence is not to be fetishized. It's necessary sometimes, and sometimes you might even have to support it. Fighting against the Nazi World War II regime, for example, and fascist Italy and fascist Japan. Fighting back against, in Ireland, they fought back against British colonialism, and they won, well, to some extent. They were sold out by the bourgeoisie of the Irish, what became the Irish Free State. But am I going to condemn that? No, I'm not. I'll even support it. Having said that, I do not fetishize violence. Violence isn't pretty. It's ugly. Violent people like that are not to be hailed as heroes. Like I say, why do they think Luigi Mangione was a hero as well? Because he shot that fucking piece of shit Brian, or allegedly, allegedly shot that piece of shit Brian Thompson from that CEO from medical fucking companies, insurance company CEO. Again, rotten piss. Parasites like that deserve to be taken down. But just shooting them in the street randomly is not exactly going to do anything. What are they doing? They're now demonizing the left. They're probably going to start. They're accusing trans people of being violent extremists. Anti-fascism is now becoming criminalized. So not being a fascist makes you a terrorist or a criminal. What are we at? I ask you, what are we at? Random acts of violence appealing though they may be, don't necessarily do anything. In fact, they give the right wing a backlash, and it gives them what they're looking for. So don't fetishize people like that. Don't fawn over them or glaze them, as my friends in the US say. If you want to celebrate the death of a piece of shit, fine, but don't make a big thing about it because it's not exactly a victory. It's like, it's like whatever natural causes killed Thatcher. And yeah, a lot of people over here, we did celebrate to some extent, but she wasn't taken, but she wasn't taken down. She just died. Let's not get things out of proportion. So yeah, making heroes out of people who killed someone nasty. They're not necessarily nice people, and don't make them into heroes, especially Luigi Mangione. I understand that guy was pro FBI and pro police, but people still saying how amazing he is and how left wing he was. I see no evidence of this, and it's the same with these two fuckers that killed Ian Watkins. I see the same with Tyler Robinson, who supposedly killed Charlie Kirk. Stop fawning over these stupid acts. This is what happened in the US in the 60s, the Weather Underground. They ended up going into prison or selling out and becoming social democrats who backed Obama. What good's it going to do? But anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I'll take my leave of yous now. Slán go agus Canadian Borhaliv Galer. Also, take care of yourselves. Watch out for fascists. Saoirse go Joe agus Saoirse don Palestine.